It is really a mystical card, this beautiful lady here. We will be able to see literally everything in this reality as the reflection of ours. And all her clothing literally represents like this flowing water. Analyze how big the percentage of water in our bodies. It's literally 72% we are comprised out of water element. And this lady, she mastered it. Whenever we start seeing too much, we can go to the judgmental level. So we have to overcome all the judgments within this world so that we could rise higher beyond all these opinionships. She has a bit higher level of perception of this world than the magician. If you crack the codes of how to get back to that utter clarity and equanimity, guess what's happening? You have the keys to go to the next level, the level of ultimate abundance. Hello, beautiful souls. So today we will be talking about the card, the High Priestess. It is really a mystical card and it's one of my favorite cards in the major arcana. And when I first had my relationships with this card, I literally fell in love with this beautiful lady here, sitting and reminding me the Egyptian goddess Isis. Those who are into all this Egyptology, learning all about ancient Egypt, you would immediately recognize that in the classical radiant Rider-Waite deck, I slightly changed this representation of the full moon here to the owl sitting in between two moons, but in the classical Rider-Waite deck we will see literally like the full moon over the head of the High Priestess and the two half moons in between, right? So it's representing that wholeness aspect, and at the same time it's showing just like this overview from all the possible directions. She is sitting as well in between two crescent moons, and it just shows that whatever we see here in front of us, it's reflecting to us back. And if we manage to put ourselves into that utter equanimity, into that utter peace in which she is sitting, our main heroine of this card, we will be able to see literally everything in this reality as the reflection of ours. But in order to see it, we have to master our emotions. Do you see how she put her feet into the bowl with water, and all her clothing literally represents like this flowing water in a masterful way? She is literally mastering that water flow, meaning that if we analyze how big the percentage of water in our yantra, in our bodies, it's literally 72% we are comprised out of water element. And this lady, she mastered it. And once she masters this specific element, water, she has the possibility to rise beyond it to the utter abundance and fertility level, to the Empress. But this is already the next card. We still are in the level of the High Priestess. We women, our women avatar is already coming into this world very, very close and in so-called a gifted with this High Priestess avatar. Guys here, they barely come in that closeness to the High Priestess, and they have to develop it. They have to go through really the Magician card. But we are gifted from God, from the universe, from all creation, with quite close interaction with this card. And all of you girls here, if you are in the woman's avatar here, in the physical appearance as a woman, you may literally feel it within you, that type of highly developed intuition, right? One of the main keywords for this card, it's the highly developed intuition level, right? So, but at the same time, whenever we start seeing too much, we can go to the judgmental level. And as you can see, if we go into the judgmental level and if our cross is not representing the Andean cross, when all the sides are equal, what may happen is like that Christianity cross in here, we may be too much grounded into this world. So we have to overcome all the judgments within this world so that we could rise higher beyond all these opinionships. Because guess what? Heart is the center, the self-organizing center of it all. So it's just a reminder, don't get stuck into the opinions. Don't get stuck into that opinionship. You want to go into the direction of utter equanimity. And once she regains that utter equanimity, all the clouds which are over her head because of all these opinionship are disappearing. So right now I presented her like in between the worlds. She's still maybe into that opinionship here and there, but once she unites with her heart center, she starts seeing the sun, she starts enjoying the sun, and she gets back to that raw, utter, ultimate energy. Now, she perceives this world on a deeper level, not like a regular man here. She has a bit higher level of perception of this world than the magician. She's beyond the magician. So all of us girls here, we, with our avatar, in many places in this world, women are even called witchers. And guess what? No matter how powerful guys are here, I'm not a feminist, honestly, but no matter how powerful and smart and intelligent guys may be here, ruling this reality through many elements, the avatar of High Priestess is still a bit higher avatar. It's standing beyond the avatar of a magician because it's the next card after the magician, card number 2, right? She is standing in between two worlds, between the known and the unknown. She is governing our unconsciousness. And if you crack the codes of how to get back to that utter clarity and equanimity, guess what's happening? You have the keys to go to the next level, the level of ultimate abundance. Now, there is an interesting code in here which I would love to pay your attention to. She understands that all this reality is literally a spiral reality. No matter which kind of matter is in front of you, and this is like the representation of different matters, there is still some memory there, right? Still some circle in there. So that memory, that ignorance, that avidya in Sanskrit, that ignorance is defining the form, and every form is some kind of a memory. In Sanskrit, it's, as I already mentioned in my previous videos, it's smrtih, smrtih, and smrtih, it's memory. And memory, when I started recalling it in Russian language, it's smrtih, it's literally smert, and smert, it's death in English. Okay, so it's very, very important to realize that. Now, when we get back to science, according to the second law of thermodynamics, if the system is a closed system, right? If you go in a circle, you start aging. So if you go into that ultimate ignorance level and you don't break the cycle continuously, guess what's happening? The system is deteriorating. You want it or not, you cannot do anything about it. No matter how hard you try, it's the ultimate law of creation here. Now, she is creating her own garden here when she's in utter equanimity as well, and life is all around her. She just is a master of all her emotions. She's a master of all her peace within. Then she can see beyond this world, and that's the key, again, as I mentioned, to cross the threshold and go to the ultimate abundance level.